Hey, Chad here with Outdoor Gear Reviews and Pro Staff for gearandmore.com. It's a beautiful day here in New England. We've had some crazy heat and humidity over the last couple of weeks, but it feels like fall is finally rolling in here. We got some beautiful days today. The wind in the trees and the smell of fall is in the air, so we're really looking forward to this time of year. Spend a lot of time in the woods, especially in the fall, out hunting and hiking and camping. And one of the things that we've been doing over the last couple of years is trail cameras, and we've got trail cameras out in the woods most of the year, and we just recently pulled a few cameras out that had been in the woods for about 9 months, and I was really worried that the batteries would have expired and corroded and everything, but they actually were great. We had lots of great videos and pictures of everything from foxes and raccoons and porcupines to moose. Mothers and calves and lots of deer. So there was so much feedback and questions from people about trail cameras, we decided to do a review of one. Today we're going to do a review of this Covert MPE-5, which is very compact. You can tell by the size in my hand. It's a very compact trail camera, a good entry-level camera or a cost-effective camera if you wanted to add some more cameras to your different sites out in the woods. It's a 6-megapixel camera. It's a low glow, it's a red glow, so it is visible to the human naked eye at night. It flashes very quickly when it takes a picture. This camera is a 6-megapixel. It's rated for up to 45 feet of flash at night, and we actually put that to the test. So we're going to do a review of this. I'll show you some close-ups, and we also are going to show you some sample videos and pictures that we took with it as well. So I want to give you a close-up look at some of the features of this camera. It's a very sturdy camera, seems to be very well made. Doesn't feel cheap at all. Good sturdy hinge, and the plastic feels very well made. Several different methods for attaching this camera to a tree. If you're in an area where you're not really worried about theft, you can just use this strap that threads through the little slots on the back, and it just uses a little plastic Fastex buckle. For an extra measure of security, you can use a locking cable, like for a bike, that would go right through here, and you could lock it to the tree. It's got this great little offset feature of the mount here too, which will help the camera have a good angle on the tree to angle slightly down. And then you can use a little padlock right here, which would prevent someone from opening up the camera and taking out your card. On the bottom, it's got a tripod mount, and it's got a little rubber plug to seal to protect the DC input if you wanted to use an external battery supply, and you can see that that's accessed right here when the door is closed. It's got a little USB connector to connect to the camera or connect to the computer, and then here is the SD card slot, and I believe this camera takes up to a 16 gig card. If you are concerned about theft, they make a great box. This is the Covert security box, and it's a solid steel box that opens. You can screw with just some hex bolt screws. You can screw this right into the tree, and then this cover goes on these little slots, and this slides right down in here, and then you would just padlock right here, and that's pretty secure. I would guess that it's probably a pretty good deterrent. If anyone was going to try to get that off the tree, they would probably destroy the camera, and unless it was a giant black bear, I think the camera would probably be pretty safe as well. So if you're in an area where theft or damage is a concern, probably not a bad idea to pick up this box as well. So if we take a look inside the camera, we open up the camera, you have the option of using either 4 or 8 AA batteries, and obviously the battery life would be significantly longer with 8 batteries. Most of these cameras that we've used in the past the battery life is somewhere around 8 or 9 months in the woods and take hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures before the batteries go dead. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a quick look at the programming of this camera. It's very simple. They have these pre-programmed modes for you. So we're going to go ahead and turn the camera to setup mode. First thing you'll see on the LED display is this number here, in this case 62. That indicates the number of pictures that are currently on the SD card. And then as we push menu, then we're going to cycle through the options. So the first thing we're going to see is A, which means that if it's set to A, it's going to be 2 shots, wait 30 seconds, and then 2 shots. If we go to B, it will do 2 shots, wait a minute, and then do 2 shots. If we go to C, it'll do 3 shots, and then wait 5 minutes and do 3 shots. If we go to D, it'll do a 10-second video and then wait 1 minute. So once you've selected, if we go back to, let's say, B, it's going to do 2 shots and then wait 1 minute, and then we push the OK button, and now it's set. So once we turn the camera on, once it's programmed, it'll take 2 shots, wait a minute, and take 2 shots. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is make sure that the date and time are correct. So we go to E, and we hit OK, and now you can see that it's set to 9 for September. That is correct. If we wanted to change, we just push the down button and change the month. So we'll go back to 9 for September, okay, and then we push the button to go to the next one. So it is the 4th of September, and it's 2013. Next we're going to set the hour. It is 10 o'clock with 10:02 and 42 seconds. Once that's all set, we just hit OK, and now we're back to the main menu. If we go down one more to F, if we push OK, we'll format the card, and that's not a bad idea to do that in between sessions each time you put the card in and out of the computer or the camera. That's it. Once you've got it programmed, then you push the button to the on position, and we close up the camera and attach it to the tree, and you're ready to go. Here's a quick look at some sample pictures and video. That fawn is about 35 feet in front of the camera. These next 2 shots, notice how quickly the camera triggered as the doe walked in from the right. It takes 2 pictures in rapid succession, 1 second apart, and then there's a 30-second to a 1-minute delay. These next 2 pictures show a nighttime, again, how quickly the camera triggered as the doe walks in from the right. And then we've got 2 nighttime photos. We were able to get the camera to trigger at 42 feet. That's Pro Staffer Tracy walking through at a pretty good pace, and it was able to illuminate him out at 42 feet. And then a couple of video clips. Notice how quickly the camera triggers as the doe walks in from the left. And then in the second clip, notice how far out there's 5 or 6 deer in the trees, and it was still able to capture them. So overall, our opinion on this camera is that it's a pretty great value. It's less than $150. I think it's more down around the $120 price point. There'll be a link and a coupon code actually for discounted shipping in the information below the video. Check out GearMore.com's website as well as on Facebook. And this is a great camera for just getting started. It's very easy to program, very compact. It's got some great user-friendly features, and I think you'd be very happy with this, adding it to your collection, or if you're just looking to pick up a trail camera without really breaking the bank. So tune in. We should be bringing you new videos at least every couple of weeks, interviewing a different product each week. If you like this video, be sure to like and favorite and subscribe for the latest updates, and you can find us on Facebook as well. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.